All right, Facebook Live. Joseph Caldwell here, Subjugator of Change. Oh, what are we going to talk about today? I put nothing changes until you do. And for me, it's nothing in my life changes until I decide to change. So that's the ticket. But just to be in the interest of vulnerability, in the interest of full disclosure, I got to tell you, I can't look back over my life and go, man, you changed, and man, everything's worked out because you changed and all this stuff, right? So when I'm looking at my life, I had to learn that through all the failures and through all the garbage, and man, that's bright. There was one common denominator, and that common denominator was me, right? Good night, that's bright. I'm driving to a meeting that I've got here in a few minutes, but that common denominator was me. That's what I had to learn. That's what I had to figure out. And so anyway, Ricky, I see Ricky. Ricky's down in Atlanta at getting to see Gary Vaynerchuk and Tony Robbins today. What's up, buddy? But man, the thing that I know, as I look back and I can tell I was a victim most of my life. My thinking victimized me most of my life, and I blamed everything. But that's the reason why I tell that to everybody. Nothing changes until you do. Nothing, not one thing changes until you change. And so that's been my mantra for the past couple years, is that I have to change, especially this year, because I was pretty dissatisfied coming into this year. People go, how could you be dissatisfied, man? You're a multimillionaire. You have an awesome business. You're the CEO of a big company. You got a beautiful wife, beautiful kids, beautiful house, beautiful stuff. But I was very unhappy coming into this year. There was things that they weren't the way that I wanted them to be. And I realized coming into this year that if I wanted them to change, I was going to have to change. But like I was saying, in the interest of full disclosure, whew, man, it has not always been that way. I legitimately have made more excuses and literally gotten, I mean, I could tell you, let's just go job-wise. I don't know that I've had a job that I have not been fired from, besides the one I have now. I used to make excuses. I used to not take personal responsibility. I can look back, and some things that have happened to me have been unfair. I get it, right? Something happens to you, it's a legit thing, right? But if you point fingers at everybody else and you spend your time there, then you will stay trapped there, right? And being trapped in the past, whether it's legitimate, something that happened to you, you can blame whatever, okay? I understand that. But you'll stay trapped there forever. And if you can look at it and go, hey, how could I have changed me to turn this outcome different, to make this a different outcome? And when you turn it introspective, when you turn it on, how do I change? What am I going to do? Man, this damn thing, freaking A. Good Lord. It's hard to, and now it's blocking half the camera. You can tell anybody could be the CEO of a company, especially if you founded it. That's funny. But anyway, nothing changes till you do. Till you decide to get real serious about your personal change. Devour content. Go find people that you relate to online. Find somebody that's done something legitimate, right? If your deal is you want to build a multi-million-dollar business, if you want to build a multi-million-dollar business in the insurance business, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be a sales wolf like we always talk about, if that's you, then maybe you follow Tyler Harris, maybe you follow me, maybe we are able to provide you some information that helps you. We have success principles that'll work anywhere, and that's valid no matter what you do. But if you want to be the greatest mom on this earth, then find the greatest mom on this earth, and they're not the key. It's just they've figured out something that you can pull and take from them and implement it in your own life. What I can't stand is people that, it's not that I can't stand them, but it's just sad, right? Because people will come like, oh, they got to get the secret, when literally they're sitting on the secret. They're sitting on it, and they just need to get off their ass and do something, right? Most people are not failing, repetitive failing, going around the same tree. They're not doing that because they're working too hard or taking too much action. Most people are not. Like 99.999% of people are not habitually failing because they're taking too much action, right? Take anybody. Take a drug addict, right? They haven't checked themselves into too many programs. You understand what I'm saying? They haven't turned down too many hits. You see, it's the action. If you're taking massive action and you're getting some just quasi amount of good information, man, I've had people in my life that have grossly taken advantage of me, but they gave me some quasi good information. Hell, I'm so thankful for them. I'm so thankful for them. It's awesome. I'm not glad they took advantage of me, right? I could have used that as a legit excuse, reason, skin of a reason stuffed with a lie. I could have used that, but no. Take what you've learned and go and apply it with massive action. That's how you really start changing you. And it's when you look at every situation with how can I have done better? Yeah, okay. I was ousted in a business. I was kicked out of a business. How could I have done better to make that situation different? Did I just miss my exit? No, good. Oh, I'm already a few minutes late. It's really cool what we're getting to do today. Brandon Clifton, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. So, hailing from down there in Florida. And, Brandon is one of my favorite people on this earth. He's my cousin, actually, and man, love that kid. He's not even a kid anymore. He's got his own kids now, but I guess I'll always still see him as, my younger cousin. But had lots of good memories with that joker. But so where was I? I can't remember what I was saying when I saw Brandon jump on here. I have to say that. But where was I? I know I was about to miss my exit. Oh, cool thing that we get to do. So, the meeting that I'm going to here is actually at Smile Makers. Smile Makers is an incredible little country. The story of the company started in it's the quintessential entrepreneurial story, like mine, like a lot of people that you hear that are entrepreneurs. And Smile Makers the guy started it in his garage and ended up selling to Staples for just a war chest of money, right? And this Staples company, this is fascinating. The Smile Makers makes all this stuff for like the toothbrushes and the little stickers and everything you get at the dentist. And they do a lot more than that. Pencils and I mean there's a ton of stuff they do. But so this is what was happening. This is so funny. Oh, my brother just sent me a text. He found some of my favorite speaker. I can't wait. He's gonna send it to me. This is old school speaker, so I was trying to find some stuff. But Smile Makers is a huge company now. And when we were getting our business started, I needed some cubicles for our business. And because we were getting our first office, it was 300 square feet, and I was going to shove 3 cubicles in this place. It was less than 300. It was probably 250, 240, somewhere in there, square feet. I mean, it was tiny, right? It was in the basement of a mortgage shop. The guy told me that it was going to cost me I think it was like $400 or $500 a month or $600 a month is what the rent was going to be. And I was like, dude, I'll give you $100 cash. And and so that's what that's how much I gave him. We paid $100 cash for a year and a half, I think, that we were there. Then our next lease was $1,200, and we had 1,000 square feet. That's where we really put our employees. The first office was out of my house. Unbelievable. That one was every bit of about 150 square feet. I mean, it was a sweatshop. Golly, it was awful. And that one, you know, I didn't spend a lot of time there. I was on the road, but our first employee, which was my wife, was there. But back to Smile Makers, man. Smile Makers. So I'm trying to find cubicles, and I thought to myself, man, the economy, there's a downturn in the economy. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go door to door to these big companies, because I bet you there's some big companies, big office complex. I bet you they've downsized and they've got cubicles sitting there that they wish someone would just take. And so literally for 2 days, this is how broke we were. For 2 days, I went and knocked on big companies' doors. Man, people were rude. I was like, damn, I just want some cubicles. I'll buy them from you. You know, I said I would buy them from them. I was hoping they were going to go, hey, get these pieces of shit out of here. So Jeremiah Swan, what's up, buddy? Hometown Black Mountain boy. It's good to see him. So we're starting our business, and I'm going from door to these big businesses, trying to figure out who I can buy some cubicles. I thought they would be like, okay, $50, take the cubicle, you know, because used cubicles are $500, $600, $800. It's terrible. And so I was going door to door, these big companies, beating on doors, and I came to this Smile Makers. You're gonna laugh about how this works out, how life works out. So I go to the Smile Makers door. I'm knocking on the door. And I look through the window, there's a camera up, and this is outside. I couldn't even get into a secretary. I look through, and there's a secretarial desk and a sign on there that says we don't have secretaries, we don't have any, we don't have an admin. If you're not supposed to be here, we're not letting you in. You know, that kind of thing. And so I was like, oh well, this is gonna be so I'm looking at the camera, and I ring the thing, and somebody answers. I think I'm here somewhere. Somebody answers, and so I go, hey, yeah, and she said, what are you here to sell? I was like, I'm not selling anything. I actually want to try to buy something from you. And the lady on the other end, as I was talking to her, through the next door, a guy walked through, and through the very next door, when he walked past it, and he looked through the glass, and he goes, I don't recognize that person. That's not one of our typical people that come. So you know what he did was he opened it up, came and said, hey man, what you need? Little did I know he's an upper level executive with Smile Makers, and what a great company. And so they all this stuff that they have. Long story short, I bought some cubicles. He was able to help me. They had some in storage. Just an unbelievable guy, right? This guy, one of my favorite people ever, Cliff Garrett, and man, just a neat guy. And so as we're talking, and this is how things happen in life. I'm actually pulling into the parking lot of this place. This is how things happen in life. As we're talking, I'm telling him that we go to Nicaragua every year on mission trips, and he said, well, we have stuff that they can't ship out because it's mislabeled, it's messed up, or it was a mistake, or whatever, and it sits back there, and they, rather than chunk it or whatever, they'd rather it go to a good cause. And so pencils, toothbrush, toothpaste, things that these little kids in Nicaragua need. So we've linked up, and we've known each other now for this is 8th year. And man, now that we've known each other for 8 years, it's a neat deal. It is a really neat deal. But anyway, I just love this company, but it's unique. So what happened there? Nothing changes until you do, right? So here's what changed in me. I gotta have some damn cubicles. I need some cubicles, so I'm gonna go beat on doors and try to find them for cheap, because we don't have money to spend on that stuff. We were trying to get our business started. And so when I beat on that door, look at the relationship that is formed, an 8-year relationship where this guy's able to help the kids in Nicaragua with us. This company's incredible. It's a great company, and man, it's just fun. But Here's the thing, the theme of the day, nothing changes until you do. And I'm going to get on this Facebook Live and tell these stories more often because people need to know. Entrepreneurship, it ain't glamorous. There ain't nothing glamorous about starting a business, man. It's not glamorous unless you're some venture capitalist and you're getting, you're getting VC money and you've got multi-hundreds of millions, and that may be glamorous. That shit ain't my story, I can tell you that. We didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. We borrowed $5,000 against our cars. Against our cars, me and Nate and our third partner, Jeffrey, wouldn't sign on it. Oh my God. But I'll tell all those stories of how we started, because people need to know. You need to know just reality. It wasn't fun or comfortable to go knock on doors. But what else do you do? What else do you do? You got to make it, right? So anyway, I'm done with this Facebook Live. I'm going to get off here. You can find me, the Subjugator of Change. You know what's funny? I like the Subjugator of Change. I wish I had done my page as a Joseph Caldwell, because I'm sure there's other Joseph Caldwells, and I'm just one of them. I'm not the Joseph Caldwell, but it happens to be the Joseph Caldwell page. Facebook, Instagram, everything else. And anyway, if you guys got anything, then good. And if you didn't, that's okay too. But keep telling these stories. And Brandon and Jeremiah, good to see you guys. And Ricky, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.